Hello, it is great to be back with you today. So, today we're going to be talking about your goals and procrastination. I am very excited about talking about this topic because we have so many goals, but due to one reason or another, procrastination comes into the mix. And when that happens, it delays our goals. So, that's why I wanted to use this opportunity to share with you ways that you can achieve your goals, overcoming procrastination. That way you can begin to see results. So, what we're going to be doing today is share some examples of goals that we have had, share some reasons that people procrastinate, and then offer you strategies to help you overcome all of this procrastinating thing. That way you can begin to see results. You can begin to walk towards them, look back and say, yes, I have achieved my goals. Because at the end of the day, when we set goals, the end of result is to see us achieving those goals. So I'm excited. It's just this session is going to be just for a few minutes. So come along with me. Before we get started, let's define a goal. What is a goal? People have different definitions, but I decided to look this up. The dictionary defines a goal as an idea of the future or a desired result that a person or a group of people envision, plan, and commit to achieving. So when I have a goal, when you have a goal, the result of that goal is to see achievement. That's what we're looking for. That's the outcome that we're looking for. So it's not just about having a goal for having a goal's sake, but if we have goals, we want to achieve them. So what are some examples of goals that we've had? I'm going to share some of my personal goals that I've had, and hopefully it resonates with you as well. Maybe it's a goal of going back to school that you've thought about. You know what? If I go back to school by next year, I am going to be able to do this in the next 2 years. Maybe that's a goal that you have. Or you say to yourself, I really want to start a business as a goal. And you're probably not 100% sure of when you want to start that business, but it's a thought that has crossed your mind. I want to start a business. Another goal could be, I want to build my confidence. And just living it really vague. I want to be empowered. I want to have more confidence so that when I get into a room or when I am doing my job, I can do it well. Another goal could be, I want to be able to manage my time well. I am so disorganized, and I really don't even know where to start. So my goal, I want to be a good time manager. Another goal could be, what? I have procrastinated on this project for so long. I really want to learn how. By the end of this year, I want to be able to accomplish this. So those are all examples of goals. Another goal could be, I want to be a good mom. I want not just a good mom, I want to be a great mom, or I want to be a great dad. That's a goal too. Those are called personal goals. So it does not matter if your goal is small or if your goal is big. At the end of the day can you look back and say to yourself, I accomplished my goals? Or are you going to say, man, I had all these goals, but guess what? I achieved nothing. I see people have joined in. Please go ahead and say hello in the text, in the comment area there. That way I know you're here. I know you're hearing me. I want to be able to recognize you and welcome you and say, hey, thank you so much for joining us this morning as we're talking about your goals and procrastination. So there might be a little delay with your text coming in, but please take advantage of that. I want to know you're here. So thank you for joining in. So I've shared with you some examples of goals that we have. So what are some reasons? Why do we not follow through with our goals? So many reasons. There's so many reasons people do not follow through. One could be fear of failure. You know, does that resonate with you? Fear of failure because you're thinking, I'm going to fail at this task. Or especially if you're thinking about going back to school, you're probably telling yourself, man, I don't know if I'll be able to succeed. I've been out of school for so long. Can I even make it happen? Will I even be able to learn? Will I understand the concepts? Maybe you're thinking that. Or maybe fear of failure. You're thinking about applying for a higher level position. And you're telling yourself, man, I don't even know if I will be qualified. Fear of failure, fear of rejection. You're telling yourself, you know what? I don't know if they're going to hire me. I don't know if I have the skills for this job that I'm applying for. I'm not even sure they will even look at my application. Fear of failure, fear of rejection. Those are some reasons people procrastinate. Because when you begin to think about those things, will I do a good job? Will they even look at my resume or my CV? Guess what? That spirit of procrastination creeps in. And when it creeps in, you go back. You say, you know what? I'm not going to try this right now. Another reason people procrastinate is fear of being criticized. What if I don't do a good job? That fear of being criticized. What if they don't like what I'm doing? What if they don't like the way I do it? And then what ends up happening is we cringe. We go back to our comfort zone. We go back and we say to ourselves, I'm not sure I'm going to apply for that job. Or I don't think I'm going to start that business. Or I see that position has been posted. I know it's been my goal to pursue that position. I'm not sure if they will like me. I don't know if they're going to like the way I do things. Fear of being criticized. Fear of getting a negative feedback. That's another reason people procrastinate. I don't want to get any negative feedback. So what happens? I go back to my comfort zone. I delay on my goal. I don't do anything about it because I'm afraid of what people will think. Or I want to be a great mom. I want to be a great dad. But you're afraid of disciplining your children because you're afraid of what close friends will say. Another reason people procrastinate is perfection. There is nothing perfect. There is no process that's perfect. There is no flawless job search. Because if you're waiting for, oh my goodness, I need to apply for that job, but I need the process to be perfect. I want to be able to apply and submit. Boom, I'm done. Everything has a process. And this is a reason, this is timing for everything. So what does that mean? If you are in a place where you're thinking, I need to go ahead and apply for that job because I'm qualified for that job. I want to go ahead and apply. What do? You embrace the experience. It does not matter if it's full of challenges, if it's full of distractions and obstacles, but you remember that this is your goal. You stay on it. So there is no flawless process. Don't wait for that perfect timing. Oh, I'll do this next year. When we begin to say, I'll do this next year, that's a clear indication that we're allowing procrastination come into the mix because you had already decided this is my goal. So because of perfection, I don't have everything in place, then I'm not starting yet. Or I don't have enough money, I don't have enough capital, I'm going to wait. Or everything is going smooth right now. That's another thing. Everything is great right now. I do not need to do anything. That is that thing, that holds you back and not allowing you to move forward. Lack of motivation is another reason people procrastinate. You're not just motivated to do anything. When you thought about that goal, you were so excited about it. You were pumped up. You felt on top of the world. But as time went on, your motivation died. What happened? You lost focus. You forgot your why. You remember that why, which I'm going to be talking about here in a little bit, but you forgot your why. You have too many projects, too many tasks that are wide open. Therefore, that lack of motivation begins to creep in, and then procrastination gets in the way, and that goal doesn't get achieved. So you're putting up taking steps towards starting that business, starting applying for that job that you're looking for, being a great mom, being a great dad, whatever that goal is, taking care of yourself. If another goal is to be healthy, but due to one thing or another, you're finding yourself not doing it because you're putting it off. Oh, I'll do this later. Oh, end of the month, I'll do it. Guess what? When you keep saying, I will, nothing is going to happen because we're constantly looking at thinking, I will. There's no action associated with that. So, what are some ways that you can stop procrastinating? It's worked because I have had similar experiences. I said, we'll do this later. Next week, I'll do it. But watch it. I had to watch it because the more I kept saying, I'll do this later, nothing happened. So what's the first thing you can do if you find yourself procrastinating over and over with a goal? Maybe it's empowering yourself. The first tip is discover and understand your why. What is your why behind that goal? Why is that goal important to you? What's the benefit of achieving that goal? So when you understand your why, guess what happens? It brings clarity. It brings clarity to you. So if you're hearing me, tell me, what do you think what happens? Go ahead and type in that comment box. Tell us what happens when you discover your why behind the goal. How do you feel? How does that make you feel? Please go ahead and type it in that comment box. And there's a little delay in me getting that, so I may not respond right away, but as soon as I see it, I will share it. So understand your why. Why is your goal important to you? When you understand your why, the second tip comes into play. You have clarity. You have clarity of your vision. You have clarity of the goal. You know exactly. You see yourself achieving that goal. Come along with me. Have you ever had a goal in mind and then you had a vision behind that goal and then you saw yourself achieving it? Did you ever get a smile on your face when you were envisioning that goal? If yes, go ahead, share that. Either an emoji or something in that box. Telling me that yes, it resonates with you. When you see your vision, when you see it clearly, there's a smile. What happens then? It means that it meets with your spirit. You feel good. You know what? I am on board. This thing is getting ready to kick off because your goals have been aligned. All right. So the third tip I want to encourage you with is that the understanding that there is no perfection. Waiting for a perfect opportunity for you to start on a project or go back to school or build your confidence, waiting on that perfect timing will never happen. But if you want to build on your confidence, if you want to be a better time manager, you want to be a great mom, you want to be a great employee, you want to be a great director, you want to be a great president of an organization, you want to be a great controller, whatever role you're in, it starts with understanding that it's okay to be you. There is no perfection, but start and do what you need to do. You must want it. That's another tip to overcome procrastination. You must want it. You must desire it. No one is going to desire it for you. You must crave it. It's like wanting to go back to school. It's like wanting a promotion. You want it. And what happens when you want it? Thank you so much, James. I see you in the room. Good day. It is great to have you. And there's a question about the why. How do you sustain the energy of having found your why and staying true to that process? That is a phenomenal question. Thank you for asking that, James. So, a good way, which is one of the tips that I'm sharing here, how do you sustain that energy? It always goes back to understanding your why. What was the original intent of that goal? Because when you set that goal, you were motivated, you were excited about that goal. You know, it met with your spirit. You say, you know what? I am going forward. You had a clear vision. Now you have to guard your heart. You have to guard the projects. You have to guard the task that you are doing. So, which goes back to that lack of motivation that comes into place. So, to stay true to that goal, you have to make sure that you understand your why and make sure that you have it measured. You have a specific timeline, that your why is not just wide open. The reason a lot of people do not achieve their goals is because they're not setting a SMART goal. SMART, S being specific, M being measurable. You want to make sure that your goal is measurable. A meaning achievement. How do you plan to achieve that goal? So you need clarity on achieving that goal. So I have S, M, A. We have R, which is relevant. How relevant is your goal? So a lot of people struggle because they don't understand the relevancy that's associated with that goal. And the last one is the T, which is your timeline. You have to avoid, when I say you, I don't mean you, James, in person. I mean that in general. We have to avoid having an open-ended goal. You want to have a goal with a timeline. That is, I want to achieve a new job. I want to get a new job by the end of 2021, December 30th, 2021. That's a clear timeline. Another example could be, I want to start my business by June of 2022. You have a clear timeline. That is clear, that is specific, and there are steps to put in place to measure it. So having that SMART principle is so important. Another tip, another way to overcoming procrastination or putting a stop to that is that you are in control of your trajectory. James, I'm coming back to you. Did that help? Did that response I shared with you help? And to everyone else? If yes, go ahead and type it in that comment to let me know that yes, that was helpful. So you are in control of your journey. No one else can do this for you. No one is going to crave it for you. So like I said earlier on, you want it. You have to want it. To achieve your goal, to achieve your dream, you have to desire it. That means that you have to get up, utilize the resources that you have, and start to take the steps towards achieving that goal. If you don't do nothing, nothing is going to happen. Here's a clear example of how you take action. So you're hungry. You're lying on bed and you're so hungry. Guess what? If you do not get up to go inside the kitchen to get you some food, you stay hungry. Very good, James. Thank you. Or on the other hand, you say, you know what? I don't cook. I order in, Uber Eats, DoorDash. Okay, I get that. So here's another scenario. You are on your bed. You are hungry. And you say, you know what? I don't have any food in the refrigerator. I'm going to call Uber Eats. DoorDash, I'm going to order and they're going to deliver it. Guess what? The food gets delivered. But you have to get off the bed to go to that door to get your food. See the action you took? You were hungry and then you took action. How hungry are you for your goals? How hungry, how dissatisfied are you with where you are right now? So, to achieve your goal, you have to be hungry for it. You have to want it with all of your heart. Everything within you has to come into alignment that this is a goal that I want to achieve. So if you're not hungry enough, then the outcome, you're going to see the result of the outcome. It's not going to be all that. But when you go all in, I'm hungry, I'm starving, I'm going to order that food, I'm going to get off the bed, I'm going to go get it. The same principle is applied with that job. I am ready for that promotion. I know I'm qualified for that job. I'm going to go ahead and apply for it. It does not matter if I have been out of work for so many years. It does not matter if I have been in a job for 10 years or 20 years. I know I'm ready for a career change. You've been thinking about it for a while, but now you're taking the step. But you take action. I'm going to seek help. I'm going to reach out to a career strategist. I'm going to reach out to a life coach. This is the things I need to do to accomplish my goals. Enough of procrastinating. I am ready to take action. So you want to have an accountability partner. Having an accountability partner helps you win. Why? Because when it comes to those days that you say, you know what, I am so tired. I'm not sure how I'm going to make it, if I'm going to be able to meet that project deadline. You have a partner that encourages you to say, yes, you can do it. We need people like that in our lives. And the last tip I'm going to share with you to overcoming procrastination is focus, focus, focus. No distraction. Don't let anything come in the midst of achieving your goals. It does not matter what people think. It does not matter what your close friends think or your family thinks. What matters is, does your goal align with where you're going? It doesn't matter if others are happy, because you cannot base your what's the word for it? You cannot base your progress on other people's thoughts or on other people's approval. You are you, and you matter. The perspective that you have matters. The perspective that you have about yourself matters. So I say all of that to say, as long as you are determined, you will and can achieve your results. There will be questions along the way, and that's pretty normal. But that's when you reach out. You reach out for help. So if anything I have shared with you here today resonates with you and you say to yourself, you know what, I need help. That's why we are here, to offer you help. If you have questions, if you would like help, what I do as a career strategist and a life coach is to help you be the best version of yourself. My goal too is to help you overcome that fear, gain confidence, so that you can achieve your goals. Because if you don't begin to take those steps to use your God-given gift, your skills, the talents that you have within you, then they stay dormant within you. So there is more for you, but you have to believe it, and you have to keep going one day at a time, but stay focused. Don't let anything come in the way. I am so excited that you joined in today. But if you have any questions at all, or you want to talk further with me, go ahead and post a comment there. If you would rather not share it publicly, DM me privately. And of course, only my eyes will see that. So thank you so much again for joining me this morning as we are talking about your goals and procrastination. I hope that now that you feel empowered, that you feel strengthened, that you feel excited to start on that journey with your goals. Have a phenomenal day, and I will see you next week.